folks, this is Mad Rabbit, and I'm back in Flamebroil again in the World of Warcraft, our leveling series 1 to 85. I think today I'm going to actually queue up for a dungeon. I'm not really well geared, but as far as upgrading from Outlands stuff to Lich King goes, but I think we got probably enough, at least just to not be a complete waste of space in a group. So the thing is, in all likelihood, I think we'll do okay DPS. Some of this stuff really sucks. look at this thing. But yeah, hopefully we'll maybe get some upgrades in the dungeon. But I do want to make mention of something here before we actually get in. We have a short queue that I will most likely be making some incentive-based goals for this series, because if this series doesn't start getting some actual interest in it, we've had people throughout the years actually leave comments saying they will really love the show and all this, but like we'll get 100, 200 people in some episodes watching, and it's slowly diminished over the past couple of months. And actually, I've gotten the show, to me, it's actually gotten a little better over the past couple of months. I know some of the earlier episodes I was complaining a lot about DPS and kind of just constantly in the dungeons and complaining I just didn't like the class and all that. And I actually don't mind it so much. I mean, so here's the thing. I'm going to basically, it's going to be up to you guys. Subscribing is free to YouTube, so you need to be at least having an account with YouTube to actually hit the like button on these videos, favorite the videos. So I'm leaving it up to you guys. I will not be making an episode of Flamebroil until I get at least 10 likes on the next video. So every video, I mean, I'm going to set goals, and hopefully we're going to go bigger every time, so that we'll actually see the channel actually grow. We'll see the show grow, and actually show some interest, and so I can actually see if any of you guys are actually interested in seeing the show. If you're just not, like I said, we'll just never have a next episode if we never reach 10 likes. So I guess that's sort of where I'm at. I don't mind doing the series, just so you know. But I am going to make this more incentive based to see whether or not you guys are even interested in it, because I can just go back and doing just basically an occasional World of Warcraft show. I'll do some occasional beta footage, show you my own personal character updates, and Flamebroil would be included in that from time to time. You just wouldn't see me making like an actual ongoing series in it, but I'd probably slow down the pace of his leveling since he's not a very high priority character for me. So just so you guys know, I am going to now pause here, and hopefully this dungeon queue won't take too long. It says only a couple more minutes, but we'll see. Okay, we finally did queue up. Took a little while, but as you see here, no, I actually tried. I missed the quest because when I first got in there, there was some kind of weird phasing issue when I first got in there. Nothing happened, and then like you see here, I'm sitting there tapping on the quest giver for the dungeon. And that's sort of where I was kind of hoping and expecting to get a few nice upgrades for myself. So sadly, there was some kind of a glitch there. But luckily, I don't actually show it later on, but when at the end, I kind of went there and turned in on one of the quests I got from outside the dungeon. And when I got in there, I was able to get that one where you pick up the items. I forgot what it is, the armaments. So I was able to go back and complete that after everyone left the dungeon. And unfortunately there's still one in here, but the thing is with this place, I mean, this one is like kind of like when the problem we had in Outlands was when you first started off, when you just kept getting stuck into that one in Hellfire Peninsula there over and over and over for like the first 4 levels. So I think in this one it's sort of the same. I do sort of remember getting stuck into this dungeon several times over, playing through this on other tunes. So I'm sure we'll end up going back in here, and I'll finish up that one last quest that's in here. Now, This one, there was no real drama in this, but honestly, I was a little. I don't think anyone else was annoyed. It didn't seem like it to me. But me, I was a little annoyed with the tank myself. Although I didn't say nothing, obviously, I never do. I let it go. I don't start drama in this stuff. But he kept pulling, and for someone who's like sort of stationary, like I like throwing down those totems every pull, it was sort of just annoying. See, like he pulled these four here, then he pulls the boss, and that boss, if you don't know what the heck you're doing and you get hit with that ice tomb, plus you got those ads coming in, see how they're coming in? If you're not going to sit there and control that stuff as a tank, you know what I mean? And you just, to me, it was annoying me a little bit. But he did okay. I mean, as a tank. Other than that, it was just, to me, for my particular class, it bugged me a little bit. Maybe I'm slow, so I didn't start the drama. But there was no drama here. I didn't start any. So it's just in a lot of spots because I kept throwing my totems down and then pulling them up, and I hardly really used them. After a while later on, I just stopped dropping them, and it was actually better for my mana because as you see here, I started running out of mana. Like in a lot of spots here, I actually had to sit down and drink in several places, which I haven't had to do almost all Outlands. I think I had that problem back in Vanilla WoW with some of the dungeons there where he had some issues, but yeah, this is sort of the first time I really had that problem in a long time, a mana issue. So the thing was, once I stopped dropping the totems, I really didn't have a mana problem. So yeah, I guess I did okay DPS. I think it's just like a lot of it went to the melee guys because they were just pulling ahead and kept going forward, particularly the tank. I think if things were a little slower paced, or I was able to actually, settle down and unleash, maybe my DPS would have been a little higher. But to me, I'm just not obsessing about that as much anymore. I'm not so much worried about it. And like I said before, Mists of Pandaria, when that comes out, we're supposed to be getting a nice big boost for this class in some areas. I haven't actually played it on the beta, so I don't really know. Maybe some of you guys know. If you have some information, put it down there in the comments. Like, yeah, I mean, maybe you have. I've heard that there's supposed to be a DPS increase for Elemental. My thing is like you get these long cast times. It's not too much in the way of instant cast, except for your little damage over time thing and that one thing when it procs. Other than maybe the totems when you drop down the elementals for like the bosses, but they have a long cooldown, obviously. So I don't know. It's just like I said before, it's not my favorite class to play per se, but it's actually I've grown to like it a little bit more. And the thing about Mists of Pandaria is, yeah, I actually did die here. I don't know what happened there. I think I pulled something by accident that the tank actually didn't have aggro on a lot of that stuff. But well, I just instantly reincarnated. That was cool. I mean, I didn't really have to hear any drama like, "Oh, what are you doing, you idiot?" Yeah, that's what usually annoys me with pug groups. And because I'm all alone on this server, it's just like you don't got anyone to run with or anything. So yeah, he was running right into this boss battle without me getting a chance to really mana up. Same thing with the healer. We had a couple points here where he was a little bit low too. So I don't know. I guess everything was okay. He did say something about mana once. I think the tank did finally listen. Oh yeah, but I was talking about Mists of Pandaria. Yeah, I went down with a huge update for the Mists of Pandaria, like for the beta patch. And the weird thing was, I mean, they were supposed to have pet battles enabled now. And I saw it on Krendor's. He does World of Warcraft kind of related comedy and stuff, if you're not familiar with him. So I went on his channel and I saw his little pet battle thing, and it seemed to work for him. Okay, so I go down, I spend the entire day basically downloading this huge, like it was like 19 gigabyte update for it. Which basically I think what they did was they just basically reinstalled the beta from the beginning again. So which was annoying. So it tied up my computer all day, ended up playing Minecraft. So I mean, in a way, I guess it was good, but in a way, I wanted to play Warcraft that day, and I had tied my computer up with that, with the download. But at any rate, I got in there, And the pet battles really weren't working. So that really annoyed me because I really want to give you guys some footage on the pet battles. I think it's going to be interesting. I guess I know a lot of people aren't interested in it or just don't like it, but to me, I think it's something neat. I mean, it looked neat to me, and what Krendor showed was really awesome. I wanted to show it from the Alliance side because his was kind of from the Horde side. I guess you got a little like a you got a quest chain, but every time I went into a battle with the one pet that they gave me at the beginning, um, even though the pet was alive and I had it out and summoned and everything. Okay, so you click on a pet that's like running around, one of those wild pets. I don't know what you call them, whatever it is. You pick on a wild Pokemon. I'm gonna call it Pokemon. And they'd go into the battle screen, and then they both would be sitting there dead, like both dead, like no battle had happened, but they both killed each other or something. It was the most bizarre thing. So it was obviously glitched. So I mean, the revive button they give you is like a 15-minute cooldown. Otherwise, you got to actually fly to a stable master either in town or a city. Thankfully, they do have a lot of them around, but and they'll just instantly revive your pets. But it was just an annoyance. It just I really wanted to try it out and give you guys some footage of that. Maybe even make a short series on the quest chain. So you see here, not much drama. We got through it. I didn't get much as far as rewards, but I did go back and finish that one quest. I think I got 1 or 2 item upgrades from some of those quests. And that's it, guys. Remember what I said earlier. Go ahead and that like button and keeping this series alive. Otherwise, this will be the last episode. That's all I can say. Really, I mean, some of you guys just got to stop being lazy and actually just sign in and support your favorite YouTubers so we keep doing this stuff, right? That's all I got to say about it. So if you don't see us in another episode, that's why. Catch you next time. Maybe. Adios.